This lemon peppermint tea with a little bit of agave in the afternoon. Holy crap. So refreshing, so nice, so cozy. I will drink coffee all day because it's cozy to me. Coffee is like a comfort drink for me. And if I do that, I will have panic attacks and I will have maybe even pass out, feel lightheaded. So I need to not do that. Today, I'm going to be talking about something that is very dear to my heart and is kind of a through line of all of my content that I post, which is taking care of myself. Taking care of myself, I think self-care can have like a negative connotation to it, like it's selfish. I don't know about you, but as a parent, I feel very, very selfish when I do anything for myself that could take away from my child. There is a massive mom guilt complex. I've talked about it before in previous videos, but it's very hard to find that line of self-care, but also taking care of your child. And what I have come to realize is that taking care of myself, prioritizing myself, my health, my emotional state, my spiritual walk with God, all of those things are actually building into my children too. Because if I'm not the best version of myself that I can be, that's going to affect how I mother, that's going to affect my marriage, that's going to affect my family. So me being a whole version of me is actually the best possible thing that I can do for my family. So I'm going to be talking about kind of some habits that I've developed over the past almost 2 years, things that I continue to do, things that I'm continuing to grow in. This is not the type of video where I'm like, I have all my ducks in a row. I'm going to tell you every secret, every answer. No, this is I'm inviting you into my process of things I've learned to hopefully make the process of kind of rediscovering, redefining habits a little bit easier for you than it was for me. It is 11:56, almost 12. Today has been a very productive day already. I ran 2 errands that I've been putting off that I knew would take 5 minutes, but I put them off for like a month and a half and I finally did them today. I already did a workout this morning, which felt really, really good. I usually am like out and about in the morning and not able to work out first thing, but doing that today, I'm just like, wow, I feel like a load off of my shoulders. I know that I don't have to work out for the rest of the day, which is so nice. And my hair is very sweaty and greasy and gross today, but I'm going to get my hair done. I'm so excited. Getting my hair done now is like a rare occurrence. I need a haircut so bad, and I'm gonna get some color too, which I'm really excited about. I haven't gotten my hair colored since I think I got it colored last September. Maybe it looks like I go more frequently than I actually do, but I just have filmed every time, which has been twice in the last year. But my amazing mother-in-law has offered to take my son and put him down for a nap for me, and I just get to do some me time, and I'm so excited. So that is why my hair is just like gross, is because it's gonna get washed and styled and cut and colored. I finished my workout right before I got in the car to start running errands. So I was like, I'm not about to do makeup on myself and then sweat it off because I was still sweating from my workout. So I waited until I got the AC blasting in my face. I'm not sweating anymore. An hour later, and I can actually put makeup on and I know it's gonna stay. It has been just a really hectic month. My husband started a new job and it's been very, very overwhelming and a lot of work. It's been a lot of work. So I have been taking on more household responsibilities than I normally do. I'm watching Shepherd for longer hours. So I just really am excited to just have someone else just kind of like love on me, if that makes sense. And I'm also such a touch person. So like people touching my hair, it just makes me like want to go to sleep. I'm not one of those people that gets creeped out by people touching them, like massages and hair. I'm like, please, I love it. This is what it looks like before. So long. It's very long, but it's like, it's crusty.
I like what I see, even when it's just wet.
Yeah, the tone is really, really pretty.
Mm-hmm. That's exactly what I wanted. I didn't want it to be like crazy dark. I just wanted it to be like more vibrant of what I already had.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that's exactly what this is going to give you.
A little more color.
Yep. I know you love this. And then just trimming up the layers. I know you love it.
It's just being a touch person 101.
It is.
Really?
I'm the same way. Like I get actually lethargic.
Me too.
Anytime anybody like washes me or does my hair, I'm asleep.
I know, it's so relaxing.
Like
I love it. It's so relaxing. Oh my gosh, this color is the best. When you get your hair done and you just don't have plans, you want to like go shopping or something. Like you just want to like.
You need to let people see it. Like, look at this hair.
Look at me, everyone.
Look at me.
Look at me.
She is me. Yep.
I just don't think I'm a blonde girl. Like, I think I'm always going to be a dark brunette.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, it's like actual silly. I can sit here and play with it all day.
Wow, I can feel, I haven't even touched it, and just by the, like, what it feels like against my head.
She's soft. Yeah. It's silk.
What did you put in there?
Color.
Magic. You do a gloss?
Yeah.
Wow. You did some magic.
And Jesus himself.
You make me fall asleep again.
I'm going to.
And cut.
I remember praying recently, actually, and this may sound kind of strange to some people, but I was praying and saying, God, I feel very helpless right now about my physical body. I feel low energy. I still haven't lost all the baby weight, and that makes me feel sad. Like, the older my child gets, the more I feel like, why hasn't this weight come off yet? The more frustrated I feel with meals and eating and tracking calories, and do I track calories, and how do I lose this weight? I feel not strong. I don't feel mentally, emotionally, physically strong, all these different things. I was praying, but I really believe that God wants to partner with me in all aspects of my life. And if my physical health is something I feel burdened about, praying and surrendering that to Him and asking Him for answers and solutions is actually something I believe He's pleased to do. And so He actually gave me 4 easy goals, because my goals were way, way too high. My expectations of myself were way too high. So I prayed and asked the Lord, and He said, okay, here's 4 things that you can do every day. Just check them off. And then on Sabbath, which I've gone into what Sabbath is and why we practice it in our house and how amazing the benefits have been for us. And that's in a whole different video if you want to check that out. On Sabbath, which is my rest day, not worrying about these things, but on all the other days, try to do these things. Number 1 is drink 3 water bottles worth of water at least, which is for me about 100 ounces of water. So I usually try to drink a whole bottle of water before I get going anywhere out. I keep a water bottle in the car. I make sure that I'm refilling. It kind of sounds funny, but anytime I'm bored, like on my computer or on my phone or just chilling, if I'm just like sitting and chilling, I'm always trying to drink water. It sounds kind of funny, but it really helps me to achieve that goal every day. And it's very attainable if you have a water bottle around. The second thing I felt like God told me to do was 15 minutes of exercise a day, which doesn't sound like very much. But for me, as a toddler mom, it is very, very challenging to work out for an hour. I wish I had that. I usually use nap time to do things that I need to do, like work or housework or meal prepping, starting to do dinner. Like, there's so many other tasks besides spending all of that time every day during nap time just working out. So 15 minutes is what I felt like God told me. Very easy, attainable goal. And the way that I achieve it is not by going to the gym. Sadly, I wish I had the capacity right now to do that as much as I want to. I used to do it a lot before I had my son. This girl on YouTube is amazing. Her name is Grow with Jo. Her channel is huge, but she has a ton of like 15, 20, 30-minute workouts that I can just do in my living room. My son is awake and he's playing with his toys. Most of the time, he's trying to climb on me while I'm exercising, which is just like extra resistance, I guess. But I'm doing one of these exercise videos every day, and it is awesome because 15 minutes is not that long, but there are some times where I actually am like, I have no energy and capacity to exercise right now. So to get through this, I'm going to put on a TV show and I'm going to have this exercise routine on my phone. But sometimes I just don't have the energy, and I would rather kind of be half paying attention and doing the exercises with a show to distract me than not do it at all. You know what I mean? So 15 minutes of exercise every day. And then my third thing is I track on my Apple Watch. You can see I track on my Apple Watch my movement. So I have a 500 calorie move goal every day. I usually start doing an exercise with my Apple Watch
watch, and that tracks the calories I burn. I also just try to park farther away from a grocery store entrance, so I'm getting more steps in, or going up the stairs instead of an elevator, or just trying to take a little walk through a park. Like any kind of movement that I can be doing throughout the day, I'm doing to chip away at that goal. And every day, with only the 15 minutes of exercise, I hit that goal. And now that's me being a stay-at-home parent to a toddler who I'm chasing around all day. So that may not be very achievable for other people, but that is a small goal that I can achieve every day with my current lifestyle and my current situation that works for me. The last goal for my physical health that I felt like God told me was an amount of calories to stay in a window. Now, this, I definitely think it can go into an unhealthy place and become like eating disorder, you become obsessive. I definitely think that people who are breastfeeding should not do this, that you should ask your doctor before setting an amount of calories. But I did feel like for me and my personal health, around 1,500 calories to 1,800 calories a day was my window that I needed to stay in. Regardless if I worked out, regardless if I hit my move goal, that is what I did. Now, I'm not obsessive about this process. I would say that on average, every day, there's one of those categories that I don't achieve. And I don't give up completely. It's not an all or nothing mentality. It's I'm just going to keep moving forward. I'm just going to do better tomorrow. And that is how I've been able to lose 10 pounds over the past 5 months or so, is because I'm not being obsessive about it. I'm not pushing myself too hard. I'm giving myself grace. I'm still enjoying my life. I went to the movies with my husband last night and I ate like a whole box of Milk Duds, I think, and like half a bag of like a medium popcorn just to myself, and ate Chick-fil-A also. And I wasn't tracking anything there, obviously, but I did a little bit longer of a workout to kind of balance things out. So I'm still living my life. I'm not being obsessive about it, but those are some things, the 4 things that I feel like have been very helpful for me as kind of small goals every day for me to hit.
You can't really tell my hair color because it's 2 days later. I have just woke up from a nap, believe it or not. So my hair is not done, but the color that we went with was just like exactly what I was hoping for. And it still smells like the hairstylist. It still smells like the products that you get in the salon. That's always like such a sad moment when you like wash all of your products out of your hair. That always, I don't know why, it just always makes me sad because it's like, oh great, I have to go back to like using my products now. I'm just enjoying a really nice slow day today. I'm not really a nap person, but I just took a nap because I realized how tired I was. And so I sacrificed all the different things productive that I could do for the sake of just like resting, which is something I'm not good at that at all, but it's something that I want to get better at. So that was my step in the hopefully a healthier direction with taking care of myself in that way. Right now, I'm doing a little bit of food prepping. I'm prepping my favorite meal that I have been loving this summer. It's an orzo pasta salad, basically just like tons of different vegetables and little tiny orzo pasta and some like vinaigrette dressing as the sauce. It is so good. It's so refreshing. My toddler eats it because everything is really, really finely chopped and small. It's also not something that you have to have warm. You can just have it cold with some chicken on top. So I can pull it directly out of the refrigerator and put it on the plate. And it is just so easy to have for like lunches or an easy, healthy dinner. So that's what I'm doing right now. I'm prepping this right now because we just love having this in the fridge. Like it? Is that good? Is that yummy? Hey, buddy. No, Dada's not down there. Come here. Come here. Come over here. Put it in. What? Oh, did you leave it on there?
when it comes to self-care and, health, there's the physical side and then there's the emotional and the spiritual side. And for me, the emotional side is hugely connected to being creative. If I'm not creative, at least a little bit throughout the week, I find myself feeling very sad and feeling very disconnected from myself and my emotions. Creativity has always been a way that I've processed my emotions. I have been painting, watercoloring, drawing, taking photos, video, doing all of those different things that you see me in my content doing since I was very young. Baking is a huge one for me. So I will try to have like one creative thing I do throughout the week. This could literally be putting a lot of effort and creativity and thought into a dinner that I make for my family. It doesn't have to be something crazy. But I've found that being creative and feeling like I'm not just consuming and I'm just tired, but like actually creating something from inside myself and from where I'm at right now is super, super instrumental to me. Now, creativity has always been a huge thing for me, a huge interest for me. So it may not be the same thing for you, but really ask yourself, like, what's something that I feel when I do it? I feel so emotionally connected to my world around me, to myself. It's so easy to constantly be just consuming. Like, we've got podcasts, we've got our iPhones, we've got social media, we've got TV, we've got movies, we've got music, we've got all these different outlets that we can just be packing in all this information and all of this stuff into our heads. But what are we creating and doing with that? Are we talking? Are we making videos? Are we coloring? Are we writing? Are we journaling? Like, there's something that we have to chew on with all of that stuff that we're consuming, and also just what we're going through in life and our emotional state. So creating for me has become a huge outlet, and usually on like an average week in the life of me, you guys see me, you watch my videos, you know that I absolutely love baking, I love cooking, I love coloring. Those are like the staple items in my week that I do that are creative. It brings me so much life. Try challenging yourself to do something new throughout the week and not just like doing what's easier and what is kind of like a default, watching a show all night, which is fine. And I do that most nights with my husband. Like, we love our shows, don't get me wrong, but doing something creative throughout the week, trying to prioritize that, even while you have a show or a movie on, it's been a game changer for me. So I highly recommend that. And then, of course, and most importantly, above everything, is my spiritual walk with God. I notice there's a noticeable difference in my week or my days when I am not connected to God. And this kind of goes along with the last thing I said, which is about consuming so much. I was recently talking to my sister about this, how the practice of stillness and of solitude is so important, especially when you're a parent. It's like so hard to come by, and most days it's impossible to achieve. So I understand that. But when you're in the car, not just automatically putting on a podcast or an audiobook or music, like if you're constantly keeping your brain consuming content, watching your Instagram reels, watching TV, watching movies, listening to music, like that's exhausting for our brains. And it actually makes it really hard for us to stay connected to ourselves and to stay connected to God and hear his voice when he speaks to us. If we're always just consuming all these things all the time, it's very hard to have the ears to hear things that maybe he's whispering. In this current season of my life, I can't spend an hour, 2 hours in solitude every morning. There are most mornings where my toddler wakes up and then I'm up. I'm on call and I'm needed constantly until he goes to bed the next time. That's very hard. It's less about making a goal of having an hour of solitude with God every single morning, and it's more about spend less time on studying and wanting to self-improve and more about just letting the presence of God do what he wants to do and speak to me about what he wants to speak to me about in that time. Maybe just sitting with my coffee and just kind of saying, God, I'm here. I'm here. I want to encounter you. I want you to speak to me, and just letting him speak to me. And then maybe reading my Bible or journaling, but taking things slower than just immediately having an agenda, because that's exhausting and that's not sustainable over time. And I would even bet to say it's not even what God wants in our relationship with him. He just wants connection to our hearts. And there's a lot of things that he might want to talk to us about that we have no clue about. And it's always going to be better than what our agenda would be anyway. So I really tried to prioritize just sitting more. And then for days that I don't have the capacity to have that every day, I am looking for opportunities to have moments of solitude. Maybe it's 5 minutes, maybe it's 2 minutes, where I'm just not consuming something. I'm not occupying my brain with another podcast, another audiobook, another album, new album. I'm just being, and I'm just kind of letting God work through or bring up whatever he wants to within me, or speak to me about whatever he wants wants to in that moment and inviting him into those moments. That's what real life looks like. 1 minute long, 5 minutes long, but they make all the difference. Just being in the presence of God is everything. It is the lifeline. It is the foundation of me being a good parent, a good wife, a good person. I hope that some of these tips for changing habits was helpful and encouraging and empowering for you. That is what I love doing. I am passionate about encouraging and empowering people into walking in the fullness of who they are. So please let me know if these impacted you or if you have follow-up questions to any of them. I probably could have gone into a lot more detail about each of these things. So definitely let me know if you want me to go into more detail or if you have a question. I will be happy to comment back. Thank you for watching. I hope that you feel more free and more connected to your own life after watching, and I'll see you next time.